Hello everyone, so there's some news on Jeff Shi again. I'm sorry, I know a lot of videos involve Jeff Shi, but he's blooming taken over the whole narrative in the Wolves world at the moment, and I'm sure you've seen the headlines, but I'm going to react to it with his beef with the council. I literally have done 2 videos today, and I genuinely thought about a week or so ago, once we pretty much knew we were going to get relegated, that I'd be struggling to do videos, there'd be nothing to talk about. Turns out, even though we're pretty much relegated and things on the pitch are a bit, straightforward, off the pitch, it's crazy. So I get a feeling that we're going to be doing a lot more videos on the ownership of Wolves and things like that and protests. So I clicked send on my video I put out this morning. You may have watched it, about the protests for the weekend. And then the next thing I see is that the Express and Star did an article, and Stephen Simpkins from the Wolves Council has hit back at Jeff Shi's comments in his BBC WM radio interview with Mike Taylor last Thursday. Now, right, let's just read what was said. So, yeah, Council leader Simpkins has hit back at comments made by Wolves chairman Jeff Shi, insisting the council is ready and willing to move forward with plans to improve Molineux. She recently claimed that the club wanted and needed more support from the council to regenerate the Steve Bull stand, saying he had yet to see firm plans from the authority. But Councillor Simpkins says the delay hasn't been down to the council and admitted he was disappointed by Shi's remarks. He said, "We have a long and proud history of supporting our football club," Simpkins said, pointing to the council's intervention in the 1986 that helped save Wolves from the collapse. He added that the council has continued to work with the club on projects to transform this area around the stadium. Now, this is not a good look for Jeff Shi again. I think I've mentioned in my reaction, I spoke about it on the Wolves 77 Club podcast as well. There's so many contradictions to come out of his latest interview, and this is just not a good look, is it? Because do you know what, even in that interview on BBC WM, Mike Taylor pushed him on it when he brought up the council. He's like, well, what are you waiting for? And he couldn't really answer the question. So I've seen some people say maybe Simpkins is just trying to cover his own back, and maybe there is an issue with the council like helping Wolves, but I don't get why this is the issue. I think the main issue is that basically Fosun don't want to invest, and I think Wolves want the council to invest most of the money to revamp the Steve Bull, which is not a good look either, really. So not good at all. And I just don't get why Jeff Shi said this in the interview if he knew it wasn't true. But there's been a few things, hasn't there? That the self-sustain comment that Wolves are not a self-sustaining model and it's a figment of the fans' imagination. Fans literally screen grabbed and pulled up receipts of him saying to the Express and Star that they are a self-sustaining club. So there, you know what I mean? I'm not calling him a liar, but he was proved that that's a non-truth. The big one of him saying that no jobs will be lost when we get relegated. In history, if you look at history, most clubs that get relegated make cutbacks. So there's a lot of things Jeff Shi has said that are either turned out to not be true or could be disproven. And the next time he speaks to any fan groups or the trust or whatever, I'm sure that will be put to him. Or the next time he's interviewed publicly, I'm sure these will be put to him. But whether he comes out with the truth again, I don't know. But this is what's frustrating fans. It's been a bad week or two for Jeff. The interview, the Shrewsbury chairman writing to him, this now. And I just can't see much being done with the Steve Bull in the near future. I think this will be delayed and prolonged out, especially with us going down to the Championship. If they wanted to do something to the stadium, it'd have been done. I mean, we all saw the plans that they had, that they were talking about years ago, and it's just never come to fruition, has it? And Steve Morgan, to be fair to him, did the North Bank. He updated the training ground as well. But since the Chinese government pretty much told all their billionaire business people to pull out of funding football around Europe, and obviously Fosun are the only Chinese owners left in England, it feels like everything that they were planning after COVID, they've just gone back on all that. And yeah, as we know, Jeff said that they haven't got that much passion towards Wolf Fosun as an actual group, and they just leave Jeff to it. So not a good look today. Like, I would have spoke about this on my previous video, as I said, but it come out after I uploaded it. And Stephen Simpkins from the council is not happy. It's weird it's took him, just under a week to come out with this, but he has. It hasn't gone down well, as you can imagine, but not much does go down well when there's news about Jeff Shi these days. So very interesting. And what do you think about this? I've seen people commenting on my previous video about it and people are not happy, but it's just not a good look. And if they do turn the Steve Bull into a Fulham type stand, which I've mentioned in a video before, where Fulham literally turned one of their whole stands into a corporate stand, and it's a lot of money to sit in there, a lot of money. That's what Jeff wants to do. He just wants to turn, because he said, didn't he, in his BBC WM interview, there's no ceiling to the corporate future of Wolves. There's just a ceiling to growth and basically our support and team on the pitch. So that's what most likely will happen with the Steve Bull stand eventually. If they do something, it'll become a big corporate stand with loads of boxes, and we need to be in the Premier League for that to be a success, by the way, because no one's going to go and watch Wolves v Portsmouth on a Tuesday night and sit in a box, are they? Let's be honest. But yeah, just before as well, but yeah, please comment your thoughts on that. Just on another note, which is quite shocking news today, actually, really sad news. I just want to give it a mention and a bit of a tribute to this player. So Wolves tweeted out that they're heartbroken at the tragic passing of Ethan Mloud, just the age of 21. Ethan joined the Wolves Academy at 7 years old and went on to sign professional terms at the club before leaving in September 2024, so not that long ago. We are sending our thoughts and love to Ethan's family, friends and everyone at Macclesfield, obviously the club he was currently playing for. Ethan's younger brother Connor is currently in our under-21 squad, and the whole club will be providing care and support to him and his family. Wow, that's so sad. We will observe a minute's silence on Saturday's first team fixture against Brentford to remember and honour Ethan, and I'm sure every fan that was at the stadium on Saturday will honour that minute's silence. That is so sad. I believe he was driving back from a Macclesfield game when the accident happened, and it's just been announced today, earlier on, and that is so sad. I mean, you know, we had the Diogo Jota tragedy in the summer, now this. Really, really sad. Just 21. It's just no age. And wow, rest in peace, Ethan Mloud. I just thought I'd mention that there, and yeah, thoughts out to his family. Yes, everyone. Sad, it's really sad news, that. But I'll catch you next video, and I hope my next video can be a bit of a lighter note.